Hey everybody, this is Prattski and Pickle, and this is episode 5 of our 7th Continent playthrough. We are doing the Voracious Goddess Curse, and we're trying to figure things out here. We came really close to wiping out our action deck, but we had a really good hunt on our last episode, and we were able to get some serious food, and we're back to about a half a stack or so. So definitely need to keep paying close attention to that, but we're definitely in better shape than I thought that we were going to be in at this point, which is great. A couple things of note. On one of the last episodes, Pickle had a magnifying glass, and it was crafted with a different item. I forget the exact orientation we did, but when one of the things was exhausted, he kept the magnifying glass, and that should not have happened. So we've ditched that. Our understanding now is that when you do combine items, that whenever this top thing is exhausted, you've used up all the uses, everything goes away. So that's how we're gonna play until somebody corrects us or we end up reading differently. And another thing of note that we realized was that with my character, with Victor Frankenstein, there's a couple of these obey cards, and it specifically says that if you have a card with the keyword monster in your hand, well, I've been looking for a card with the keyword monster, and it just doesn't exist in the action deck. And I've realized that it has to do with my abilities and whatnot. So really this card has been sitting in my hand with no real use, at this point at least. I won't give away what his ability could possibly do. But we definitely need to make better use of the cards that are in our hands. Really try to maximize what we've got going on. So, just to do a super quick recap as well, Pickle is playing Dimitri, and he currently has a bow with one more use. He's got the Sixth Sense, Deadfall Trap, Valiant Hearts Shall Not Fail cards in his hand, and he is also bloody, which isn't great. And then I have a panpipes with 3 uses. I've got 4 cards in my hand. There's 2 remembers, an obey, and woven shoes. So I think what we're going to try to do is I'm going to try to get rid of this for now and get a different card or 2 into my hand with these remember cards. Okay, so I think we got enough of an intro there. We are currently here together on this tile. We did explore this little hut at the end of our last episode, and now we need to kind of try to figure out where to go. In remembering this clue card that we have, there's a map on there, and we have crossed the body of water here, and it looks like we're going to need to kind of go north and then east and north and east. So kind of trying to follow that general path, I think. So I think the plan here, Pickle, is that we're going to explore to the north and see where that might lead. So
that sounds good to me.
Did I just hear AOL on your end?
Yeah, that was my phone notification. I'll turn it off. I apologize.
You don't use AOL, do you?
No, it's just the notification sound.
Okay, cool. All right. Also, we're seeing snow on these cards. There's snow here. There's snow here. Snow off to the west. And there's a tiny little bit right there as well. Being newer to this game, I don't know if snow is good or bad, or if you need extra things to survive, or if surviving is harder in snow, if there's a way to get cold or freeze. I'm not sure, but it worries me a little bit at this point. That might be completely unnecessary, but either way, I think the plan is to look north. So, shall we get into it?
We can. I have one question for you real quick.
Sure.
Before we head north, do you want to use one of your remember cards
Oh.
to put a skill into your hand that is useful?
Here's the card. So it's choose one blue-handed skill from the discard pile and add it to your hand. Discard this. Let me take a look here. Okay, so we've got Mad Scientist. So that would give me a -1 on all crafting and a success on all, whatever that is.
Thinking.
Thinking. And another Obey. I don't need that. Bone Crowbar. I'm not feeling that one. Forbidden Experiment. If a grave can be seen on your terrain card, you may take the following action. This is the this is the one that. Check that out. You can randomly take 25 cards from the discard pile and shuffle them back into the action deck. That's pretty big time. But we also need a grave, and currently we don't have one on the map. So yeah, I think I may use that to take the Mad Scientist card. So
that might be a good idea. I mean, it's a skill that is applied without using anything. You know, it's a passive type skill.
Yeah, I'm digging that. Okay, so remember,
you want to do that?
The Remember card is going in the discard pile, and Mad Scientist is now in my hand. All right. So.
All right, now I'm ready to go north if you are.
All right, yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right. So, threat. You spot a snare. More of them may have been set up in the surrounding area. So we can use the spot or observe action, and we need 2 successes. So, yeah.
I do not have any passives or anything that helps with that.
Yeah, I don't think I do either. No, I definitely do not. So,
the one thing I do have is the Valiant Hearts Shall Not Fail. We could just do no cards, and I could use this and get 2 successes.
And you have to take a 101 card. What's that?
Oh, I do have to take a 1. I don't know. Probably exhausted or something. I don't know. Or, before we do this test, I can use my 6th Sense.
Oh, that's, I mean, you can use that basically every time, right? Because it's free.
Yes. Right.
That's a great card. Yeah, absolutely use that.
All right, let's use that and draw the top 2 cards.
Okay, so Pickle is using this card here. Look at the top 2 of the action deck. Put them back in any order. You can put them either both at the top or the bottom. So our 2 cards are Curse and Lucky Star. So 0 successes there.
Well, clearly we want to put these down at the bottom, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So put the Curse on the very bottom, and then Lucky Star above that, and then stick them on the bottom.
Hey, question for you. This threat card that we're dealing with, is this something that we're forced to do immediately right now, or it's an option?
We are not forced to do it because there's no lock symbol on it, and there's no red border around it. So the lock symbol would mean you have to draw the same number of cards. But if it has the red border around it, that means you have to do it immediately.
I
which we
see.
don't have that. So we can leave this here
Okay.
and then look somewhere else if you wanted.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we're doing that correctly. Okay, so we're putting those two at the bottom. I mean, can't you just keep using this ability?
I mean, the way it's written, it is. How is yours written versus how mine's written? Because mine's the first edition, yours is the second. I want to make sure it's written the same way.
Look at the top two cards of the action deck, then put them back in any order, either bottom on top of it or both at the bottom of it. Then you have to discard this card.
Oh, it says discard on yours? It
Yes.
does not say discard on mine.
Ah.
All right, well, I'll discard it then because I just used it.
All right. Okay. Well, I don't know, man. Should we just go for it and draw 3?
Sure. That sounds like a good number.
Okay. Should we just have only one of us do it so that we don't have to draw that 100 card or whatever it is?
Sure.
Okay. I will go for it.
Okay, you go for it.
3 cards. Feeling good about it?
Sounds good to me.
All right. First card is a success. It's forewarned is forearmed with vigilance. Second, we have another success. It's a think card with serenity. And third, oh crap. Oh no, we got 2 successes. That's all we needed. Perfect.
Right.
Oh, it scared me for a second.
What's the third one?
Splint. Okay. I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm gonna keep forewarned as forearmed and discard obey.
Okay.
Alright, so this was a success. So you managed to leave the area unharmed. Discard this. Okay, so then we're drawing tile number 136. Okay. Although the snow is still deep in places, most of it has melted, leaving the soil drenched. There we go. So, taking a close look at the card, I'm seeing some animal tracks going north. And...
Okay, show me the cards you have real quick.
This one here?
Okay. Because I have 2 of them. I need to make sure I draw the same one as you.
Oh.
Do you have 2 of them?
I'm looking. Yes, I do. Okay. You know, as I'm looking at this clue card, I'm wondering if the snow mass that we're seeing here to the north of us is this little icon. It looks like it's by the 3.
What? Oh, like the little hill with the dots in it or whatever?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So maybe we're kind of on the right track? I don't know.
Kind of. We've gone north and then east and now going north again.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe come to whatever that next one is that's written at number 4. That might, like, if we can find whatever that thing is, like a cliff or something, maybe.
Yeah. So
we'll have to see, I guess.
I'm all for finding animals and stuff. So I'm for heading north and going further north and kind of chasing those animal tracks.
All right, have us both go north?
Yeah, what do you think?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. And our travel. Oh, it looks like we got to draw 2 cards for the travel.
Yeah.
We'll have you be the active. Okay, we've got bolas and examine the notes. You want to
Okay, examine the notes. Take 2 50 cards. Keep one of them, return the other. Do we have any idea what a 50 card is?
I do not have any clue.
I'm going to go ahead and keep the bolas.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I would vote for looking at or heading north basically.
Well, there needs to be 2 fogs added, right?
Oh. Yep, you're right. I'm moving everything here.
Yeah, I already had to do that once too.
Okay.
Still move north, you think?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we got a long way to go to the north. And I like the fact that there's animal tracks leading that way.
Okay.
What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's flip it. Going together?
Well, we just have to look at the fog first, right? I'll do this one since you did the other one, if that works.
Sure. Oh, spiky hystrix. A large, disgusting insect lurks ahead. You will have to fight if you want to cross its territory.
Oh, great.
That's a pretty serious... Oh, man.
So fight. All right, so my bow gives me some help with that. But that's it. I don't have anything else to help with that unless I were to make the bolas.
Yeah, the bolas are pretty powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Only one use, though. I mean, we could maybe go around it. We could go east and then north.
Okay, let's try that. Let's see what's to the east.
Okay. Who wants to?
Who's going?
I'll do
You
it.
can do this one. I did the last one.
I'll show you. I'll show you how to scout properly.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Oh, prepare for the worst. It's a side quest, a green card. You can only speculate as to what challenges lie ahead for you. Someday you may find yourself alone, scared, and with nothing but your wits and survival skills at your disposal. Still, you must find a way to make it through. If you succeed in performing a locked action, being the only involved character in the action and without using any card from your inventory, take a 283 and banish this card.
Oh, so you get that card.
Yes, I do. A side quest.
All right.
That's pretty sweet.
I didn't know there's things like that in here.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't either. Sorry. One of my sons in a neighboring room. I don't know if the microphone is picking it up or not, but he has a song on repeat that's been going for the last half an hour. So,
Is
yeah.
it the Macarena?
No, it's not.
Now it's in your head.
Ugh. So, yeah, it'd be good to take a break from hearing that in the background. All right, so back to business here. So we got a side quest. That was great. Nothing bad happened, like I showed you. And,
Oh, like I showed you.
so card 111, massive boulders block the way to the east. Interesting. So, oh, look at that. Do you see that there's like a golden cube or something up in that tree?
Yeah, there is, isn't there?
Sure is. That looks intriguing.
Well, do you want to go look at it and I'll stay here?
Sure.
That way you come back this way for free?
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have anything that helps with observe? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay. All right. So I will then travel here for 1, which is a fire making kit. I don't think I want this.
Okay, so you get rid of it?
Yeah, might as well. Okay, and then I will observe what's up in this tree. So 1 with no successes is going to be knowledge is power. I don't have any other ones of these, so I might just discard this as well. Oh, but wait a second. If you succeed in performing a locked action being the only character, I could actually do this and complete my side quest.
I'm sorry, hold on. What's this?
Knowledge is power. Stamina.
Okay.
So my side quest says if you succeed in performing a locked action, which this is, then I will complete that side quest and be able to draw a 283 card. And with my mad scientist, it gives me a success. So this would be a guaranteed success and a completion of the side quest if I keep this one. So I'm definitely going to keep it.
Okay, but hold on. It says without using any cards from your inventory. But I guess that would be in your hand, wouldn't it? The mad scientist.
Right.
So
yep.
you're...
Yep.
All right, so which card are you going to get rid of to keep knowledge is power?
Woven shoes. Well, wait a second, man. That's actually pretty sweet. -1 for movement? I mean, that's like moving around free.
Yeah, but you have to use them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to ditch that.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Maybe that's stupid. Well, we'll see.
Probably a bad idea.
Probably a bad idea?
I said I don't think it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
So then you do knowledge is power then, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm going to do this knowledge is power. I'll draw 1 card. I get a success automatically from it. So there we go. That's another knowledge is power.
Which one is that one?
Aggressiveness.
All right, so you're going to keep that one then, right?
Yep. Okay, so I succeed. You get more experience. Take a number 3 card. For each other knowledge is power card in your hand, which technically would not be in my hand at this point. Take 1 additional.
Right, so
Okay.
just 1 003 card, right?
Yeah, it is correct. which of course is an experience card. Okay, and then I completed this prepare for the worst, so I will take a 283 card and banish this card.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what this is.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Let's see. 2. Okay, here we go. No flavor text. It is. Oh, it's something that goes in our satchel.
Nice.
Prepare for the worst. Your outstanding achievement makes you feel very relieved and proud. This experience will undoubtedly help you overcome future obstacles. Immediately after this is revealed, take 3 number 3 cards.
Woohoo!
And then advanced skill cards with the keyword skill now cost 2 fewer experience points. Dang. That's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Side quests are sweet. Okay, so we take 3 number 3 cards. All I have is gold ones left.
You should have one more green one, right?
Well, yeah, one green and 2 gold. Alright, so the green one we've already read. That's a experience point. And I might as well read these because these are new. An episode from your previous expedition comes to your mind. Sir Leopold Guinaud, a contagiously merry Belgian ethnologist, was a perfect all-rounder. He was so eager to expand his learning every day that anything could become a subject of investigation for him. Many mocked the callous ointment he had made from Eubulus and his habit of mashing termites on the back of his neck in order to repel mosquitoes. In the end, thanks in part to these idiosyncrasies, he did make it through the expedition, unlike others who seemed fitter at first glance. What? This sucker's worth 7 experience points.
Right, continue reading.
Tip. Inexpensive advanced skill cards increase the size of your action deck more quickly and cheaply. Immediately after this is revealed, return the 6 003 green cards stored under the satchel and journal card. Oh, I see. When you need to spend experience points, return this to spend 7. If you spend less than 7, take 1 3 card for each experience points. I see. So this goes here. These 5 go back in the box, and I'm assuming instead of drawing the second yellow, we draw one of the greens.
Right, correct.
I see.
But it means that we have 8 experience total, which is pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. And all skill cards cost 2 less.
And that's a permanent thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, you've really helped us out big time.
Well, that's kind of what I do.
Look at you.
Yeah, trying to make up for your mistakes. No, I'm just
Hey,
messing. I'm just
At
messing,
least
dude.
one good explorer.
Dmitri.
You can be the professor, and I'll just be Gilligan. It's cool.
Okay, now that we've completed that, I will go ahead and look at this deal here. I don't have anything that I can help that with, so it's going to cost 1 card. Which is...
Well, you already did that.
What?
You already did the 1 card.
Did I really?
Yeah, that was the knowledge is power that started this whole chain.
Wasn't my knowledge of power was resolving my side quest?
You drew a knowledge is power, kept that and got rid of the shoes,
I see.
and then at that point you decided to go ahead and fulfill the knowledge is power with your passive mad scientist skill, you drew a knowledge's power. You passed. You did all this experience stuff. So now all you got to do is flip the 133 card.
Okay, you're 100% sure?
100,000% sure.
That's huge. Okay. All right. So, card 133. Something is tangled in the high branches of a sparse, tall tree. Come on, be good. What could that be anyway? A golden-looking box?
I don't know. A kite?
Seems mysterious. And are you right? What is that? Reaching the first branches to even start this climb might be the trickiest part of the ascent. So, yeah.
We don't have anything that helps with the climb.
No. I don't know if that's like a parachute. It kind of looks like a parachute, but it looks too boxy to be a parachute. So yeah, I mean, maybe it is a kite or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe somebody from the Hunger Games sent it to us.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you seen those movies?
I read the books, but I think I've only seen the first of the 3 movies.
Gotcha. There's 4 movies.
It proves my point then.
I think, anyway. All right, so what's your plan? You going to go try to climb?
Oh, man. I mean, that's 3 cards. We're starting to get low again.
We are starting to get very low again.
We can't even go north from this card.
Nope.
Oh, crap. So, oy. We need some food or something, man. Like, we are just running out of cards.
Well, we can go back to the fire pit and hunt there again. But I'm bloodied, so that's probably not going to be a great thing.
No. Ah, man. What do you think? What are you feeling?
I mean, we always have that fireplace there, so we can always go back there.
Yep.
My bow can help me fight. If we have to go past that spiky bug.
I mean, the only way north at this point is either north from where you're standing, which I think I lean that direction because we got animal footprints heading up that way.
Right.
Or to go all the way back and then come up north from the other side of that snowy area.
I agree that going through the bug is probably the way we want to go.
Yep. And that uses up your bow completely too. Unless you like build the bolas and add a charge to it.
Well, I can't combine the boas and the bow because the bow is will and the boas are aggressiveness.
You're right.
So I'd be building one to use in the fight and keeping the other one to hunt with, basically.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we just go ahead and build the boas.
It seems. Oh, you have to discard it right after you use it.
Right, because it's got one use.
Because we need 4 successes. I mean, that seems like a pretty high amount.
4 successes, yes. Very high.
So it's going to cost us 6 cards. 2 to build this. And 4 to draw for the high strix. But
That I think is probably close to half our deck.
man. Okay. I don't see much of another choice that we've got at this point, though.
Or I build the boas, and then I go back and I hunt right away, and use the boas to help us hunt,
Oh, for
so
down
that we
here?
can get that. I mean, there's 5 successes there. That would be at the minimum of how many we need.
No, this is
That
only
would be.
three successes. It'll count as 2 successes for every 7 that we pull.
Oh, is that how that works?
Pretty sure.
Oh, okay. So every 7 gives us 2 successes. So we have a.
Yeah, I think so.
So we have a base then of 3.
Yep.
Well, I have to draw 5 cards when I hunt. So if we draw 5 cards, you'll probably get 3 successes out of 5 cards, you think?
Yeah. 3, maybe 4.
Okay, so that's at that 6 to 7 range. So we'd be drawing 2 or 3 of the 250 cards.
Okay. And let's see, if I remember correctly, each one of those foods returned 5 cards from the action deck?
I think so. Something like that. Or 6.
It's kind of a gamble, but it does seem like it could be kind of cool. It could possibly pay off.
We'll have to discard one of them because I'm bloodied.
Yep. That's okay, we'll just discard a crappy one. Let's give it a try.
All right. So build the boas right now, right?
Yep. Just building
All right,
these.
Draw me 2. Draw me 2 cards to build the boas.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Whoa. Yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Draw.
Nerves of Steel and a blowpipe.
Okay, so I've made the boas. Boom. Which card? Well, I want to get rid of Nerves of Steel, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Don't you agree?
And keep the blowpipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are kind of our hunter. This seems okay, but we don't have these problems yet, at least.
Right, yeah. I'm sure we will. So now you should move over to me before I leave.
Oh, yeah, because it's free.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll move down to the fire, which is free.
And then,
And then I guess I'm going to be drawing 5 cards and using my boas, right?
yeah. I mean, there's decent chance for a high number of successes if we are pulling 7s and stuff.
I hope this is good. All right,
yeah,
go ahead,
me
Bill.
too.
Read the cards off to me as you draw them.
Okay, number 1, learn by doing. Number 2, learn by doing. First one is stamina, second one is will. Third, remember with will. Fourth, fighting fury, which is one of your cards. And fifth is forewarned is forearmed. At least
That's awesome.
At least that one has. I'm really bummed we didn't get any 7s.
That one's got 3 on it, though.
Yeah, okay, so the bolas is used up, but that gives us 3 successes. Then we've got another 3 with this one. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we got 9. All the other halves are the same direction.
All right.
So we got the middle tier at least.
I'm going to keep Fighting Fury.
Fighting Fury. Okay.
Because it'll help us when we fight the spiky thing on the way out.
Yes, it will. Okay, which card do you want to get rid of?
The Deadfall Trap, I think.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so according to this card, you got 9 and 7 to 13 equals 3 250 cards. So let's pull 3 here. 1. Where are they? Oh, they are. I think. Come on. I lost my spot. There we go. Okay.
All right, what's the first one?
First one is white hair.
Okay, and what's the next one?
Next one is porcupine. And
all right, the next one.
Third is wild boar.
Okay. So let's look at these. All right, I don't see any of them that say predator on them.
That is correct. So you have to discard one of these, right?
Right. I mean, I think it'd be the wild boar, right?
Yeah, because otherwise, yeah, you're having to draw at least 4 or 5 cards for that one.
Right. I don't know if we have 4 or 5 cards.
Right. We could...
All right, so I'm going to get rid of the wild boar.
Okay.
So now we have the porcupine and the white hare.
Okay, so white hair is take 2 0/1 cards.
You gotta read the flavor on that card.
Oh, did I not? Oh, you spot a species of long-haired albino rabbit. Okay.
All right.
First one is nice. Meat crustacean.
They all should be the same, I think.
A meat crustacean. Okay. And for porcupine, it says the animal is covered in with countless quills. Take 3 0/1 cards, and active player takes a 104 card.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, 1, 2. Yeah, sure enough, they're all meat crustacean. And then a 104. Okay. Superficial burn, deep cut, or fractured bone. Injuries on the 7th continent can be extremely life-threatening.
I got hit by the porcupine quills.
You are injured.
All right, which injured is it? Does it have a little blue box in the corner?
It does.
All right, let me grab one of those.
And your character ability says when you get a red-handed card You may discard one with the keyword aggressiveness from your hand or your inventory in order to ignore the effect. You do
And
have...
if I don't do that, then I have to discard 2 cards from our stack, right?
Well, you mean to heal the injury?
No, because it says for each red hand card in your hand,
Oh, yes.
discard 1 card from the action deck.
Yep, that is correct.
Does that include that injured card, or is it besides that injured card?
I would guess it includes this one.
All right, so that would be 3 cards I've got to discard, because I think I want to keep that Fighting Fury.
Okay.
Which is my only aggressive.
Gotcha.
That leaves us with 2 cards left, right?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 2 cards.
All right, and that would be the 2 cards that I put on the bottom.
Correct.
All right, well, let's discard those 3.
Okay. All right, well, you have a ton of meat.
Okay. So, I mean, I would think I would want to do them all, right?
I mean, I think so. It's 6 cards if you have a fire.
Yeah.
So 6 times 5 is 30.
Yeah.
So yeah, there should be more than 30 in there.
Yeah, I should have 5 of these, right?
Yeah. So
all right.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's huge.
That is awesome.
So what happens to these like the porcupine cards and stuff?
I believe they get discarded.
Discarded, okay. All right.
Will you read the card that we used to hunt off of and see if it says anything about like discarding it or making so we can't hunt again or anything like that?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Because I know in the reprint from the second Kickstarter, they fixed some things that weren't exactly clear. And since I have the first printing, I don't have any of the updated cards yet because that second Kickstarter hasn't reached me yet.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully this summer I'll get it, and I'll have all the updated stuff to add.
Sweet. Okay. So, 30 cards. So we've got 32 cards in our action deck.
That helps.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I guess, like, when we were back on that first island,
Uh-huh.
I guess I definitely need to apologize for a negative attitude. Because I thought, like, oh, we'll just run out of cards here in a little bit. But apparently that's not necessarily the case.
I mean, no worries there. I thought that we were for sure toast as well. I did not realize. I mean, that goes to show, though, and I'm sure it's true with other games as well, and even sports. Like, it's not usually worth giving up and assuming you're going to lose.
Is that our G.I. Joe moment?
You got to play it out.
Is that our life lessons, our after-school special moment?
Yep. There you go. You're welcome. So the hunt card says, reveal them if at least one character is bloody. You must discard one of these cards with the keyword predator, without the keyword predator. Choose one of the remaining cards which represents the result of your hunt. Oh, crap.
Oh, one of the cards.
Crap.
Does it say anything else?
No. It doesn't.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep the porcupine then.
Yeah.
So that means we've got to put 12 cards back into the discard pile.
Oh, man.
But you have to make sure that you keep one curse and one lucky star. Because those were the 2 cards that were left.
Okay.
It would be lucky star with a skill keyword. All right, well, that's one thing they updated. Probably because people are getting 50 cards back in their deck at one time.
Okay. There we go.
Yes, that kind of makes sense. You can only really choose one of the 2 critters to kill when you're hunting, right? Unless you're organ trailing it and shoot everything.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, not as good as we hoped there, but that's all right.
So we got 18 cards back, right?
Yes.
Now we should have 20.
Yep, I put 12 back and verified that we have the curse and the star card.
Gotcha. All right.
Whew, okay. All right.
All right. So, let's see. I guess I should move to you for free then?
Yes.
Okay, done.
Okay. And then you need to kill that Hystrix.
I'm going to have to kill the spiky bug. So I guess I'm going to have to use my bow.
Okay.
And my Fighting Fury card, right?
Yeah, Fighting Fury for sure. Okay, so we need to draw 4 cards. We need 4 successes. The bow gives us 1, and more if we get 7s. Fighting Fury is a star for every 3 cards drawn during the cost step.
So do you think if we draw 3 cards, can we get 2 stars?
Can we draw just 3?
Well, the bow allows me to take it -2 cards.
That takes it down to 2.
Well, so I have to use the whole thing, huh?
I would think so.
Okay, well then I guess we're going to draw 4 cards then.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alrighty. Bring
Alright.
it.
So, and are you doing this alone?
I would assume so that so I'm the only one that takes the 108 card.
Fighting Fury, by the way, you'll have to discard.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Alright, let's do it.
Okay,
So-
me solo, right?
Yep. There's
Okay, what do we got?
Knowledge is Power with Stealth. Deadfall Trap. Skilled Fighter. And Rudimentary Flint. So we need 4 successes. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total.
And your knowledge with his power is what is the keyword?
Stealth.
Okay, so to confirm, I have that knowledge is power card. I have rudimentary flint, the deadfall trap, and then skill fighter, which is my character card.
Correct.
Okay. And you say we get 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. So we passed.
Yep.
Okay.
So this card
So I
is
discard
gone.
the bow.
The bow is gone.
I discard Fighting Fury. And then I think I'm going to keep Skilled Fighter.
Yeah, that seems like a good choice.
And then Knowledge is Power. And everything else goes away.
So we get to draw a experience card and discard this. Okay, up to 9 experience. And I'm drawing card number 142.
108. I got to take a 108 card first.
Oh, 108. What's that for?
Because I fought. Oh, I lost. I didn't lose. Okay.
All right.
All right, never mind.
Cool.
Continue on.
Okay.
Just making it more difficult on us.
Yeah. Okay, card 142. To the north stands a steep oh, yes. To the north stands a steep mountain wall. The terrain at its base is littered with boulders, likely because of frequent rock slides. Even as you stand here, the breeze sends a rock the size of a person's head crashing down the rock face. That was right.
You think this is it, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so I gotta say this. When we were given this curse card, I thought, what? Like, you're given most of this whole adventure away. Like, we know essentially what's coming now. You know, like, that's not cool. But the feeling on this adventure and knowing just a little bit is actually making it quite fun, I think. Because it's like, we feel like we see some sort of cliffs of some sort coming. And now we're actually there.
It kind of gives you that feeling like you've already been there.
Yeah, this is definitely cool. Okay, so there is a grave right here.
Is there?
There sure is.
Oh, there is, isn't there?
Yep. There's the animal tracks kind of stop here. It looks like perhaps the observe option here might end up revealing some animals, maybe?
Maybe.
Interesting.
And then there's 154.
Yes, there is. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay. Well, I think we should move on up there.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have 3 things. I'm full, so I guess it doesn't matter who the active player is.
Yep. Why don't you, I'll be, since I said, hey, let's go.
All right. Before you draw, we probably should have done this before we ate all our food.
What's that?
That remember skill that you have,
Yes?
is there anything in the discard pile you want to take?
Well, let's take a look.
Because if not, it's just going to sit there and sit there and sit there until, it's one spot that would be useful, maybe.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're to this point yet, but I do have that Forbidden Experiment card, which if we see
Oh, do you?
yeah, like if we see the grave on a terrain card, then
We have one. How many cards do we have in our discard pile?
are we allowed to count?
I wouldn't see why not.
I
Why
mean-
wouldn't we be able to?
Pretty sure there's over 25. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 27 cards.
Okay. I mean, that might be one you want to take, and we'll see what it does. I don't know what it does at all.
Yeah. It would... Let's see. Do I have any cards that can help with that? I don't think so.
What kind of skill is it that you got to do?
It is a cure or heal skill. It says 2+, and I need 5 successes.
Oh.
You know what? Maybe I'll just get it, have it in my hand, ready to go, and we'll play out
when you need it or whatever.
Yeah, we'll play out the next couple of rounds here and see what happens. So, I'm using.
Yeah, you're gonna take it.
Yep, I'm using Remember to grab that card, and Remember goes in the discard. Okay. All right. I'm ready to move.
Yeah.
Okay. Costs 1. It is a lucky star. I don't think I'm interested.
I don't see any reason to have it either.
Okay. Okay. So, we have had an interesting adventure here. We've kind of, for a little bit, as we've looked at this map here, have thought, where are we? Are we on the right track? And we've come up against this big cliff face, which definitely seems like it's in alignment with this area here. Now, my one major concern at this point, Pickle, is that there is this number 3 next to this mound. And I'm not sure if that means that we should be looking for something, trying to grab a clue or something to help us solve the curse. Maybe there's something actually right up in this area here that we've missed.
I don't know. I think that's like the directions you have to go. Like, we started back here on this first island, and we've, found the first cog to the submarine, and then we followed the squiggly line over to the submarine, and then the submarine took us up to where we are now on this island. I think we're okay. I don't know. Maybe we need to grab stuff at every number.
Yeah, I don't know.
If that's the case, then we needed to grab something back at number 3.
Right. It makes me wonder
we never actually saw something that looked like that.
Yep. Oh, man.
I don't know.
I have so many questions at this point, like this thing over here to the east, this kite or whatever it might be up in the tree. Like, could that seriously help us get up this cliff face?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. And did we miss something over here? Is there some sort of thing that would really help us? I just don't know. And that's the hard part, is that it costs to go look, and it may be nothing.
This game, I think, will drive you crazy if you always play the what ifs.
Yeah, that's true.
I've what ifed about every card that we've gone to.
Well, we definitely have some decisions to make, but we're at our slot or so. So I think this would be a good place to end the episode. Any final thoughts from you, Pickle?
I think it was a good episode.
Yeah, this is very intriguing. I really want to see what's... I have so many questions, but in such a good way.
Yeah, we uncovered a lot of new land.
Yep.
We found some interesting things. We were able to put cards back into our deck. We got some of the trash cards that were in our deck out for things that are more useful. So I think we're doing a lot better than what we were doing.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, I'm excited for the next one. Thanks y'all for watching.